Hello, everybody, and good morning, and welcome to Connect In. I'm Damini Celebrate, and it is my love and mission to help you live as your brightest, best self. And the unique way that I do that is by combining the healing arts and the creative arts, because I do believe that the best way to know our potential, to know our truth, to live as our brightest, best self, we have to get out of our head and back into how our body and heart guides us. And the beauty of intuitive creation is that our soul speaks to us in the metaphor of color, shape, form, movement. Our body speaks to us and informs us by coming back into our body and our senses, and then having the opportunity to express that through the creative process. Because the creative process is how we learn what's in the way, how we kind of untangle these limitations that we have. And the easiest way to think about this is if I say, go to your deepest wound and tell me about it, you'd be like, what? I can't do that, right? But if we drop the intention, and you'll, if you've been listening to these recordings, know that intention is the very first step in exploring your inner and outer landscapes. So when you drop the intention to yourself, to your soul, to your body, that you want to start untangling, demystifying those stories that are holding you back, your body does that at your own pace. And in my programs, either online or in person, when we used to do in person, people would do just a lot of movement or automatic writing or free writing, or they would do collaging or paper and drawing and singing. Like sometimes it was whatever and however your body wants to explore that. So that's pretty cool, huh? But the very first step is to get out of our head and back into our body. Step number 2 is to set our intention, right? And we've been playing around with that a lot over the past couple weeks. I am going to apologize because I forgot to lift up my dog's crunchies, so you may hear some banging around in a little bit. Okay, so let's start with the ritual of coming inside, because I think it's important to focus us, get us inside our body, get us in and down. And that's part of the process. So let's do that by simply softening our eyes, coming down into our body, and just landing back inside ourselves. So softening your eyes, when your eyes are soft, your body is soft. When your eyes are soft, you're coming into your heart space. When our eyes are wide open and we're looking, we're in our head. When we soften our eyes, we are taking the opportunity to come back inside. So bring your awareness to your breath. Bring your breath down to your throat. Bring your breath down into your belly. Allowing your breath to come down into your hips. And now bringing that breath all the way down through your legs and into your feet. Breath to belly to feet. Wiggle your toes. And now with your next breath, allow your breath to come all the way down through your body, out your feet. And imagine that breath becoming this long, thick taproot. And feel that root, imagine that root going all the way down into the earth, anchoring you, stabilizing you. And just notice how you feel in your body. Breath to belly to feet. Bring that grounded earth energy up from your feet into your legs. And let that grounded earth energy actually help you anchor. Ground into your body, into your bones. And if you start thinking, am I doing this right? That's okay. Come back to your breath, belly, and feet. And do a couple cycles of breathing from your head to your feet to the root, from the root all the way up, back into your bones, into your body, into your energy centers we call chakras. And notice how you feel in your body. Notice what's present. Notice where there's tightness, relaxation, heaviness, expansion. Simply notice. Notice all the emotions that may be coming up. Happy, sad, irritated, frustrated, anxious, whatever that is, let all those emotions be present. Understanding how your body is feeling and sensing, and how you're understanding, not even understanding, how you are sensing what's present is part of understanding your inner landscape. So just notice what's there. Also know, and you may experience this as well, that all that kind of crazy that we do in the morning as we're getting our day going leaves us kind of out to our edges. And when you simply do breath to belly to feet, you come in a little closer to yourself, and then you come down. And this is a perfect place to really listen in, to listen to your internal guidance. When you come in and down, when you are in a soft, heart-centered place, not only does that affect our inner landscape, but it also affects our outer landscape, our relationship to all things around us. And because one of the pillars that I offer that are part of my programs is subtle energy medicine, that's what I'm talking about here. We're coming in and we're feeling into our body, not only our physicality, not only our emotionality, but our energy senses. Like, where is there hot? Where is there cold? Where is there flow? Right? That's a whole conversation about subtle energy or not so subtle energy. And how we are internally influences the landscape around us. And you all may have had this experience. Like, if you are really in a groove and you are really in flow, there's less traffic. There is just more ease. People meet you with ease. Right? What's that old expression? If you're happy, everybody's happy. Well, let's not get too carried away. But, that energy that you are putting out is other people can pick up on. And versus when you're in a really foul mood and you feel like everything is pushing against you, you are going to hit the biggest traffic jam of your life. You are going to just be met with conflict over and over again. And if you haven't noticed that, that's super. But just pay attention, because what happens inside us, how we grow and expand and explore our inner landscape for personal development, for growing into our brightest, best selves, that will also affect our world around us. And I'm talking about people and animals, but I'm also talking about just those other things like lines in grocery stores. I'm not saying it's a perfect solution, but what happens inside us mirrors the energetic fields around us. Right? So why I bring up the inner and outer landscape is, one, to have a little bit of a conversation about subtle energy. And we'll talk more about that in a few weeks. But also to understand that even though we are on a journey of self-growth, of kind of being the highest expression that we can be, as we go on that journey, we are also influencing or inviting other people to kind of pay attention, to say, what are you doing? Something's different. So what we're putting inside us, what we're shifting and changing inside us, also gets reflected in the world around us, right? And here's another example. So perhaps you are having a deep question in yourself, like, I don't know, maybe where should I move? And it's kind of on your heart a lot. It's in your mind, it's in your heart, it's in your body. You're just holding space for that question. And not only do you get information when you're sitting quietly, right? But also, I believe that part of our outer landscape is these things that come across our screen. Like, I think Google is like this amazing oracle, because all of a sudden, like, things are popping up, like note cards at stores or billboards. Like, in a way, they've always been there, but in a way, you are paying attention to them. So your energetic question is kind of getting broadcasted out there for you to see. So when you are in this journey of self-discovery and you're holding a particular question, notice how the world around you responds. And it's not only Google or billboards or whatever things that just pop up, what you notice, right? Because your heart and soul aren't just communicating through us when we're in this soft-hearted place, like in breath, belly, feet, or meditation, or in this kind of contemplative state. But our soul is communicating to us all the time. So you may notice not only a note card, but maybe a book. Like I actually had a book show up. Somebody mailed me a book once, And it was exactly what I was holding space for. And I don't think I mentioned it anywhere, but this book showed up, and that was just crazy. I thought that was like, thank you, universe. But, when we are navigating our inner life, the world around us responds. And that's important to know. There's a couple reasons, because one is we're really not alone. Like, we are part of the energetic field of the world around us. We know this because way before we heard the news about, horrible things happening on the other side of the world for me, we felt them. Most of you that are listening to these calls are probably incredibly empathic. And empathic has its gifts, but empathic also has some challenges. And when you're in an open-hearted space, you can feel more. And not only what you're feeling, but what your people in your home are feeling, people in your office are feeling. You take that out a little bit further, and the world freak out you can feel. So that's another end of understanding how our outer landscape is influencing our inner landscape. And to support yourself in not being kind of such an amplifier, an empathic amplifier, Breath Belly Feet helps. If you go over to DominiCelebrate.com and look in the blogs, there is a couple blog posts called Protect Your Precious Self or Filling Up. Anything in filling up with golden light, blue light, there's a couple blogs in there. But they're actually really good exercises to help you not be such an amplifier. But not only Google or books, but when you are in an open-hearted space and holding a question, notice how when you're out taking a walk, what you notice. Notice what comes across your path. And this is slightly coming into a shamanic conversation, which is another pillar that I offer in the programs, or that's part of my programs. But how does the web of life, how does nature all around you inform, give you insight about your question? So we're not alone, and we don't have to think our way through most of these things. And thank the goddess that we don't, right? Because we'd be a mess. But when we come back in and align our head with our heart, we are coming down and inside ourselves. We are now in the place that we can really listen to how our body wisdom, our inner guidance is guiding us. But we can also notice how the world around us is responding. So that quote that comes from Marianne Williamson or Gandhi, be the change you want to be, very, very shortly paraphrased, is an energetic expression. Like, who and how do you want you to be? How do you want your life to be? How do you want your world to be? And it all starts by an internal inquiry, a way of knowing and understanding how both your inner and outer landscape, that subtle energy that's inside you and around you, is guiding you. So, yeah, there is so much to say. And I just want to also put this out to you that if this is really resonating with you, please share, share this with your buds. If you would like to really explore how embodied creativity can help you transform, pop over to DominiCelebrate.com and look under memberships, because right now I have a founding members deal. It's really a membership of like-minded women coming together and exploring how to live as their brightest best selves, how to explore their inner and outer landscapes so that they can feel amazing. And if it resonates with you, I would love to have you join us. All right. Well, until next week, I send you all much love and appreciation for who you are and what you bring to the world. Mwah! And I will see you next week.